My name is Mike Fuller. I thank you all for coming. I'd like to say thank you to a couple of people that aren't here. The folks at HPPR who kindly volunteer all their equipment every time we do this. The folks at Chalice Abbey, which was kind of the beginning of this concert series. We started this as a way of making people aware of Chalice Abbey and where they are and what they do. But since COVID hit, we've done it here a couple of times. We may go back to Chalice Abbey this October, although you never know. The weather might still be good at that time. So thanks to them, Chuck Fisher, the executive director, Christy Fuller, a board member, my blushing bride, who keeps everything together. So down to business, down to the music. Oh, actually, business first. The red door back here is the bathroom. This cooler right here is full of water. Please hydrate, help yourself. We're going to have a great time. Some of these people here I've known for a long time. Some of them I met today. But this is always just a great time. So we are going to go ahead and get started. We have Kenneth Jackson here who's filming and recording audio, taking an audio feed from the board tonight, which is great. I don't think we've done that before, so we'll see what happens. So some of you know I have a radio show on High Plains Public Radio. It's called What the Folk. And my show this week is all about songs about New Mexico. This is a song that I wrote about New Mexico. Christy and I both grew up there in Albuquerque. It's called A Place Called Home. Nice tambourine there. Lived in so many places, went to so many schools. By the time I'd learned to play the game, we'd move on and change the rules. Well, I never knew the reasons why we never stayed in one place. I failed to recognize the haunted look on your face. Well, I know you had your demons. They followed you wherever you go, and you went searching, searching for a place that you call home. Now for you those days are over. You gave your pound of flesh and paid your dues. You bought a little house on a hill with a highway for view. That highway seemed to call to me, like a siren song at night. Tried so hard to ignore it, tried with all my might. Well, I know you had your demons, I guess I've got some demons of my own. So I went searching, searching for a place that I call home. Those early years have made me what I am, showed me how I want to live. Well, I know someday home will show itself, make itself known to me. Well, I know you had your demons, guess I've got some demons of my own, and I'm still searching, searching for a place that I call home. Place that I call home. Thank you very much. So right next to me is a man that I just met today. We've talked on the phone a couple of times. His name is Chad Land. He's a newcomer to town, but he does have some history here. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
I am from San Luis Obispo County. Yeah, San Luis, slow town. It's a college town for the most part in California. And I came out here about 20 years ago. And I guess some of you know Tennessee Tuckness. I used to play with her son, Travis. And we were in a group together and came and played out here in a lot of smoke-filled bars and had a great time. Kind of fell in love with the place, and then came back out here again with my buddy Heath Seeger, who's hiding in the back there. Yeah, and we both had some groups out in California, and so playing music is just it's just what I've been doing for 20 years or so, and it's kind of a hand-me-down thing. My mother was a country musician out where I'm from, and she played out in Nashville and stuff like that, cut a couple albums. And so my earliest like childhood memories are my mom playing on this guitar in my room when I was a little kid, and she'd sing me to sleep on this same guitar. Yeah. So this is an old this is a 1977 Takamine that was my mom's. So this was the first guitar she gave me when I was 14. So I had some beaters before that, but this was like the first decent guitar. Yeah. So I'd go down to the Salinas riverbed. We lived in a little trailer park, and I would just hike into the creek and go write music, and been doing that since I was 14, and I just turned 45, so it's been a bit of a haul. Wrote a lot of songs. So I'm gonna play a song. Yeah, this one is I had a band van, and my friend a lot of people rode in this old van. It was a van I got from a church for $500. I drove it all the way out here, and I'd have to pull over and change spark plugs as it would foul spark plugs, and it had a big quadrajet carburetor. It was a 1978 Beauville with the glass that would fall out of the back windows. If you tried to pop the windows open, the glass would fall out in the road and stuff like that. So it was it's quite an adventure driving that thing out here in the middle of winter. And that would have been 2009 when I drove that thing out here. And when I got back to California, it finally broke down on me on the side of the road where I couldn't fix it. And I had to walk into town about like 2 miles. And there's a little bar where I'm from called the Pine Street Saloon. And so I finally made it to the saloon, and it's an old Western style saloon. And my sister was the bartender there. And I was trying to get people to pick me up on the way, and no one would pick me up because I had, a leather jacket on and boots, and it started to rain a little bit, and I had a hole in the bottom of my boot that I didn't know about. And by the time I got to the bar, my leg was soaking wet. Nobody had picked me up. It took me like 2 hours to get there. So I had her give me a napkin and a pen, and I sat down and I wrote a song called Worn Out Soul. It's about a hole in the bottom of my shoe. So that was the song I was going to play for you guys.
Great.
Yeah. Should I do it? Okay. Am I muted or? All right, we'll see what happens. Here's a little song about, the hole in my boot and getting down to the bar and seeing my sister and just not wanting to be alone and hang out with some friends. Worn out soul, bottom of my shoe, leading me places I've been before. I walk through the rain, my old leather jacket again, finding my way, the old box of downtown. And there's a call, let's sing, getting too young for me. Lately I'm feeling old as hell. I got a worn out soul, the bottom of my shoe, leading me to places I've been before. Well now, oh, my tears, darling, they're bringing me right down here. I got a fear one day you're being all alone. Well now, oh, my tears, darling, they're bringing me right down here. You see that now I know I feel being all alone. There's a worn out soul at the bottom of my shoe, leading me to places I've been before. So I walk through that rain, my old leather jacket again, finding my way to the old bar that's downtown. Thank you.
So next to Chad, Rick and I have known each other probably 25 years.
Yeah, something like that.
Over 20 years. I think we met at OHMS
I think so.
somewhere along the way, which was my very first gig. First, like, real gig.
I used to love to play that place.
I did too. I had a great time.
Acoustics were good.
Yep. So this is Rick Branigan.
I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight, and I also want to thank Mike for inviting me again. This is always a special time thing.
It's always a good time.
Before I start this song, anytime I do something like this, it's always escapes me as to which songs to do. New songs, old songs, favorite songs. Well, I decided tonight it's going to be almost all new songs. Even though none of you've heard any of them except Debbie. She's heard all of them 900 times. But anyway, this song was inspired. I was standing in front of the mirror after taking a shower one day. Now erase that thought from your head. I had clothes on. But I'm standing and looking at my 62-year-old body. I guess this was 3 years ago, so probably 61-year-old body. Thinking all this gray hair, I weigh 70 pounds more than I did when I married my wife. And Debbie just kind of walks by at the right time, and I says, what the hell happened to me? How'd I get so old? How'd I get so gray? And Debbie, in her infinite wisdom, she turns around and she said, we're just lucky, I guess. And that's where this song came from. It's called Lucky. Staring in the mirror at these lines on my face, and all of this gray hair looks out of place. So I asked my wife, how'd I get old in such a mess? She smiled, she winked, she said, lucky, I guess. 'Cause we're still here, we're still in love. Life has been good for the both of us. Both lost good friends who never made it this far. Makes me realize how lucky we are. She said I could color my hair, you could buy that sports car, but it won't make us any younger, it won't change who we are. This life is for the living, we've been surely blessed, 'cause we've got each other, we're so lucky, I guess. 'Cause we're still here, we're still in love. Life has been good for the both of us. Both lost good friends who never made it this far. Makes me realize how lucky we are. And we try to live each moment like it just might be the last. And time passes quickly, the present becomes the past. But we're still here, we're still in love. Life has been good for the both of us. We both lost good friends who never made it this far. Makes me realize how lucky we are. How lucky we are. Thank you.
And on the end, this is Maggie Burt. We've known each other for a while. Yeah. We've shared stages, I guess, a couple of times, a few times. So, Maggie, tell us about yourself.
Hello. That was beautiful. That was so lovely. Y'all are not going to get any of that happy stuff out of me.
I'll take a turn for the worst.
Okay. No, what a beautiful song, and what a pleasure to be here with you guys. Thank you. And thank you guys for coming. I'm Maggie. I'm an Amarillo girl. I did live in Austin and wrote and performed music there for about 6 years, but as is a common story, ended up back here and couldn't be happier about it. I love this community and this musical family that we have here. Let's see. So this is a song that I wrote during that time when I was living in Austin, but also traveling quite a bit and playing music. Whoever would take me at that time. And this song was sort of a reflection on the fact that I was having a hard time balancing having a personal life or trying to maintain any kind of relationship while you were sort of always on the road and singing in a different room every night. Before I play it, though, since my beautiful, brilliant mother is in the audience, I would like to say that she did not tell me that I should take care of a man for the rest of my life, which you'll see as a lyric in the song. It's just mama fits better than societal expectations when you're writing a verse. So she did not tell me that, okay, just for the record. Ah. My mama told me to find a good man, take care of him all of my life. But I never felt right till they turned down the light and put a guitar in my hand. So I sang about loving and leaving and lies, promising never to part. And in one dusty barroom on one windy night, a song took your place in my heart. So don't bring me roses, don't bring me diamonds. We both know I can't stay. I got nothing to give you, and love ain't enough when I'm singing all night and driving all day. Here we are at dawn again, but I'll be in Austin by sunset. So I'll call you up when I'm passing through. I'll see you at closing time. For a moment I'll wonder what it would be like to stand next to you wearing white. Don't bring me roses, don't bring me diamonds. We both know I can't stay. I got nothing to give you, and love ain't enough when I'm singing all night and driving all day. Don't bring me roses, don't bring me diamonds. We both know I can't stay. I got nothing to give you, and love ain't enough when I'm singing all night and driving all day. Thanks very much.
This first round always goes so quickly. So this song is really a co-write with my wife, Christy. She wrote a poem and showed it to me. And about 2-3 months later, I wrote this song. I showed it to her, and she said, "You remember that poem I wrote a couple of months ago?" I said, "No." I'd plagiarized my own wife. Not right. But as the temperature changes, that's today's excuse. The changing temperature. Because there's 1,001 excuses for tuning. New strings, that's number 1 on the list. Bad strings, old strings is number 2. So this is called Here All the Time. Standing at the mirror, shaved off my beard, just to see my father's face once again. I was stunned by the changes and the similarities. I didn't know it was there all the time. It was there all the time, right before my eyes. It was there all the time. Used to go barefoot nearly every day, 'cause I never thought that I had shoes to fill. I was cleaning out my closet, hidden there way in the back. Who knew they were there all the time? They were there all the time, right before my eyes. They were there all the time. Last night I had a dream. You were drinking beer on your porch. That's how I knew it was a dream. You looked me in the eye and said, son, you never knew that I've been here all the time. I've been here all the time, right before your eyes. I've been here all the time. Well, I've been here all the time. Thank you.
So I've written a bunch of stuff just during the whole kind of pandemic thing, you know. I have a 10-year-old son named Zane. He just left. He drove all the way out here. We got a little van, Ford Econoline and a trailer, and packed up our whole.
He's 10 years old and he drove all the way out here?
Yeah, he drove with me. Yeah, he rode with me. So, you know, he wished he was driving. Put some blocks under his feet and a phone book on the seat, you know, but yeah. So we got to see a lot of the countryside on the way out here. My mom lives in Arizona. Stopped and visit grandma for a little bit. And you know, I've moved into a house here off of Bell by Amarillo High School, and it is a fixer-upper. So I am in the back room, and he stayed with me, and we started some projects, cutting out drywall and fixing broken plumbing and all this stuff. And I did this for a lot of years in California. I would work for developers, and it allowed me to play music. It allowed me to go to LA, allowed me to travel. I could stay in a place that was dilapidated that nobody wanted to sink a bunch of money into, and they could hire me to go move into the place and redo the electrical, redo the plumbing, redo the drywall, paint it, fix it, and then move on to the next place. And I did that for about 20 years. And it's interesting. My last album was called Random Houses. I don't have any copies of it with me, but every song was written in a different house. So now that I'm at this house in Amarillo, I'm kind of taken by the environment, you know, and so I'm kind of writing some real mellow songs. So this is one I wrote. I was working on right before I came out here. I played it for a couple guys I just met, Corey and Todd, and this is called All I Give. So much has gone wrong. Yes, that's the way it was planned. You can take back a lot of things from me, but the words you spoke, all you can't. All I give is love. Whenever I can. All I give is love. Some tough, some good, and some bad. So much is wrong with my life. I don't want anyone to see. When you're from a small town, it's like they all watching you on TV. So much is wrong with my life. Well, I don't want anyone to see. I hide in the shadows, keep to myself, 'cause that's just me. That's just me. That's just me. Time waits for no man. Some things are never gonna change. like these dark circles under my eyes. Well, they ain't never going away. All I give is love whenever I can. All I give is love, some tough, some good, and some bad. There's so much wrong with my life. Well, I don't want anyone to see. When you're from a small town, it's like they all watching you on TV. So much wrong with my life. Well, I don't want anyone to see. So I hide in the shadows and keep to myself, 'cause that's just me. And that's just me. That's just me. That's just me. Thank you so much.
This next song I'm going to do is kind of really doesn't need much introduction. It's called Bad Decisions, which I've made a bunch of them in my life. But every verse in this song is basically a little short true story. I'll give away the second verse. Some of you know my son, Rodney. The second verse is about him. I won't give away who the other verses are about. We'll just leave it at that. This is called Bad Decisions. Oh, and I broke a fingernail today, and it's driving me crazy. And I can't use a pick. I'm an idiot. But anyway. Superman cape around my neck, man, I swore that I could fly. Took a run and jump off at Dad's garage, headed for the sky. I come crashing down like a hail ball in the wind. I ruined my mama's roses and bloodied my nose again. Bad decisions make really great stories if you live to tell the tale. This is Rodney's verse. Way up high in that cypress tree, I grabbed a hold of that rope, swung out over Medina Creek, forgot to let go. Slammed back into that tree with an awful sounding thump. Broke my wrist and blooded my nose, got splinters in my rump. Yeah, bad decisions make really great stories if you live to tell the tale. Well, you know I'm not too smart, I know I'm not too bright. When I should have turned left, man, I always turned right. Someday when I'm older, these stories I've got to tell, I hope that I forget it hurt like hell. Here's the guest verse. I'm gonna say it's a bit heavier. Nah, better not. Well, I said, hey fellers, what's this? So I ripped off all my clothes, ran out on the football field, naked to my toes. Security, they grabbed me down in the end zone. I spent the night naked in jail. I wished I'd been alone. Lord have mercy, I wished I'd been alone. But those bad decisions make really great stories if you live, tell the tale. Bad decisions make really great stories tell the tale. You know, I've made a lot of bad decisions in my life, but I got a lot of really good stories. Thank you. That really wasn't Debbie.
Well, all right. This is a song that I wrote about a sort of off again, on again romantic situation in my 20s. I actually wrote this song in the parking lot of a bar right before a gig that I was going to be playing with this individual that I was thinking of when I wrote this song. And as I was driving to the gig, sort of the idea for the song came into my head, and so I just finished writing it in the parking lot. Here we go. It's called "Here We Go Again." How is it that you can still pretend like you and I could ever be just friends? We're both living in this tiny town. I know I'm gonna see you around. We both know exactly how this ends. We talk and we laugh and you move a little closer till you steal a kiss, yeah, just like this. I get to hoping your heart's finally open. Let you take me in all over again. Here we go again. Told myself 1,000 times I'm through. I'm not gonna wait around for you. Just when I start feeling strong, thinking that I'm moving on, you walk in, you're looking like you do. And we talk and we laugh, you move a little closer till you steal a kiss, yeah, just like this. I get to hoping your heart's finally open and let you take me in all over again. Here we go again. I can tell by the look in your eyes just exactly what's on your mind. What the hell? I guess maybe one last time we'll talk and we'll laugh and you move a little closer till you steal a kiss, yeah, just like this. I get to hoping your heart's finally open and let you take me in all over again. Here we go again. Over and over, over and over again. Thank you.
Like a lot of people, I spent about 3 months on furlough last year, the beginning of the pandemic. I was kind of thinking, thank you, baby, appreciate it, that, a song written specifically about something like that is probably has a shelf life. Unfortunately, I don't think we're done. I think we're still okay singing songs about pandemic. So I haven't played this in a while, I realize. So excuse me, I'm gonna have to find my lyrics. Do you have trouble remembering your own songs? I know you and I just talked about this.
I was singing at church one time years and years ago. Got halfway through the first verse and forgot the words. Well, at home, I'd just stop and say some expletive and start over. Can't do that in church.
Well, you can, but
Well, you could have, but I started over and got through it, but it was very embarrassing. And I may forget one tonight.
So I actually wrote 2 songs during my furlough, which for me doesn't happen. 2 songs in the space of 3 months. It's unheard of. So this is one of the things I learned while I was on my furlough. Sorta, is how to play the ukulele. Sitting on the couch in the middle of the day. Please don't ask me if I'm wearing pants. The laundry is piling up. The yard should get mowed. But I've got a nap in my future. So much time, so much to do, so little motivation. So much time, so much to do, so little motivation. Nobody's coming by, nobody's going out. Just another great day in social isolation. Tomorrow's just the same as the day before, and I don't even know what day it is anymore. So much time, so much to do, so little motivation. So much time, so much to do, so little motivation. What does it matter if the cars are dirty? 'Cause we're going nowhere, and I'm pretty sure I'll still be furloughed tomorrow. So much time, so much to do, so little motivation. So much time, so much to do, so little motivation. So much time, so much to do, so little motivation.
Excellent.
Thank you very much. So this is the start of the 3rd round already. It always goes by so quickly. So we're going to finish this round. We're going to take a little break. We'll come back and we'll do 2 more rounds.
This song is called Distance, and it was written when we had a neighbor come over for Thanksgiving, and he was explaining he has this awesome big RV. I'm always a fan of nice traveling vehicles for traveling the country and stuff, and I told him, I was like, man, your RV is amazing. He's like, yeah, me and my wife are going to travel the country in that. And come later to find out, she had passed away. And so he had her ashes in a box, and they were going to go to the Grand Canyon. He told me the bucket list, all the places they were going to go. And I was like, God, man, this is like, when somebody tells you a story like that, it really hits home. So I got home, I was like, man, I can't write a song that's that sad. So I said, well, I'll just pretend that they're kids today and that they get a fresh start. So I wrote a song for him, you know, like as if they were teenagers just meeting. And he was telling me about all the different work he did and everything, and he ended up becoming a school teacher. So this is about all in all, when I write the story out, this is about a young man, and he's working real hard to get away for the weekend with his new love. It's called Distance. Come on, baby, it's time to go. Sending you messages right outside your door. The engine is running, there ain't much time. Where we're headed, I still don't know. You never know what I had to do to get here for you. Now you never know what I've been through to be here with you. Somewhere in the distance, we gotta go tonight. Somewhere in the distance is where we'll find looking for all this time. It's like the scene where they're out camping, you know. Now, baby, look up at all them stars. I'm gonna hold you. I'll hold you right here in my arms, yeah. Somewhere in the distance, gotta go tonight. Somewhere in the distance is where we'll find what we were looking for all this time. Come on, baby, it's time to go. Sending you messages right outside your door. Thanks. A little love story about some youngins.
Excellent. Mike was talking about frequency of writing songs, and I'm the same way. I usually average maybe 4 songs a year, if I'm lucky. Well, last year, for some reason, during the pandemic, I'm a lucky guy because I work from home. And the pandemic, other than staying home with Debbie and driving her crazy, didn't really affect me much because I worked from home. But I did write, I think it was 11 songs last year. so much that I can't remember the words of them. But anyway, there was a couple of them that were good and a couple of them were trash. But this is a brand new song that nobody's heard except my wife. And sadly, she's heard it probably 9,433 times. Because I don't know about you guys, when you're writing a song, I have to go through the phrases at least 100 times and then change it, and then 100 more times and then change it. But most of my songs are written about things that happen in my life, but this song is not. It was a story I read online about two brothers. And this is called Let Me Take You Home. This is a sad song, by the way. There was 2 years between us. Some thought we looked like twins. Spent all our time together. You were my best friend. You always had my back through the crazy stuff I did. You the big brother, me that stupid kid. Remember when I fell from Grandma's tree? Broke my leg and you carried me. Then you said, let me take you home. Mama's waiting on you. This hurts so damn bad. Mama know what to do. Let me take you home. You were always my hero, captain of the high school team. You taught me to hit a baseball, throw a football by the seams. But I was out street racing, someplace I should not have been. Lost control of my truck and I tore up the front end. I called you when you came and you stood by my side. Said I got your back, but this is something we just can't hide. Then you said, let me take you home. Dad'll be there for you. This hurts so damn bad, but Dad'll know what to do. Let me take you home. The time came in life, you went your own way. I cussed the army when you joined that day. If I'd have known then what I know right now, I'd stood in your path and stopped you somehow. Standing on the tarmac in a cold November rain, 6 young men in uniform carried you from the plane. I buried my face in the red, white, and blue, consuming the memories, just me and you. Why'd you have to go and answer the call? But it's just like you to be a hero and give home. Let me take you home. Our folks are waiting on you. This hurts so damn bad, and I don't know what to do. let me take you home. Thank you. I promise not to make you cry again.
This is a song I wrote in a just sort of a time of loss and change and transition, and I guess on the surface it's kind of just another breakup song, but I think really it's more about sometimes it's okay to just sort of sit in the sorrow and process when things change and circumstances change. This old place used to feel like home to me. And now it's just a bitter memory. I try to remember the good times, baby, but my heart's too hard to see. This old place used to feel like home to me. And this old bar used to be my stomping ground. Now it's a place where strangers hang around. I try to find a friend of mine, but I lost him in the crowd. This old bar used to be my stomping ground. And I lied when I told you I was fine. I cried when you sent me down the line. This time, the hurting is all mine, so I'll go another mile of sorrow. Yes, I'll go another mile of sorrow. This old town used to hold me like a friend. Now there's a hole that I can't seem to mend. I always thought that I'd like to see your troubled face again. This old town used to hold me like a friend. And I lied when I told you I was fine. I cried when you sent me down the line. This time, hurting is all mine, so I'll go another mile of sorrow. Yes, I'll go another mile of sorrow. This old place used to feel like home to me.
Nice. Christy and I had a friend who died last year in prison, and somehow I took all of the stories that he had told us over the last couple of years, things about his life, and put them all into a song, and wrote this song. And it's a ballad. It's a story song, something that I've not done before. It's called The Ballad of Tom Doyle. Born in Bisbee, Arizona, in the middle of July. He was an only child, the apple of their eye. The family moved to Houston soon after that. Packed the bags, packed the car, and never looked back. Families don't always stay together. They often come unwound. I tried so hard to make it work, but hard times wore them down. The family fell apart. Tom got shuffled round and round between his dad's house and his mom's on the other side of town. Tom's teens were no better. Got skirted round the law. Never finished high school, nothing for him there he saw. But music saved his life, yeah, music got him through. Left home at 17 to see what he could do. After years of getting by, he opened up a record store, but he made his living scalping concert tickets by the score. Had a few good happy years, saw every band that came to town. Things were going pretty smooth till a woman brought him down. Drugs got in the way of reason. By the time that she was done with her story to the cops, Tom had to make a run. Didn't get very far, yeah, they caught him right away. Locked him up, never again to see the light of day. He would listen to the radio, write us letters every week. Someone to talk to is all he would seek. He'd send us lists and lists of songs he'd hope to hear one day. Tucked him in an album bar that never lied a day. Died in his sleep one night, all alone in his cell. Could have been a heart attack, although they'll never tell. They buried him in Huntsville in the state prison yard. No one was there to see him off, just the chaplain and a guard. We don't know the whole story of what put him inside. We don't know the details of how he really died. It doesn't really matter how he ended up that way. He was a friend to us as we were to him, and we miss him every day. He was a friend to us as we were to him, and we miss him every day. Thank you. Thanks very much.
So I'm in C sharp and dadgad. My stepdad would call us gag your dad.
I'm out.
My stepdad, he was a really good guitar player and taught me how to play guitar. My mom showed me some cowboy chords and what she could. My stepdad was, he played in like a Guns N' Roses cover band down in Los Angeles. He was a lead guitar player that just shredded. He could play Southern rock and a whole bunch of different styles, and don't know whatever happened to him after my parents separated, but just a really cool dude and huge influence on me. So I used to down tune the guitars and stuff, and he would always harass me, like pick up the guitar and be like, I can't play along with you, so it was a mess. But yeah, so this tuning I'm going to play in is called Dadgad, and I tune it down to C sharp because it fits my voice. It's something, when you write a song, you go, can I sing this when I'm in my 60s or my 70s, right? And I was thinking about that in my 20s. I'm like, okay, in my 20s, I watched these music documentaries of singers trying to pay the career that they could have for a long time, and how are they going to hit those notes when they're older? And I started thinking about that too with a vocal coach I had down in Los Angeles. He's like, man, we got in a really nice studio. He's like, you need to start thinking about longevity and how you're going to be able to perform these. Because I was screaming. I sang heavy metal for a lot of years and stuff, and totally would trash my voice. And there were gigs I couldn't sing.
Right.
It was bad.
You're kind of playing in cack-fack.
Yeah, that's it.
Sharp.
Yeah, playing cack-fack. Won't repeat that loud. That's funny. So this next song I'm going to give you, I spent some time down in Los Angeles, and I packed up it. I've done this many times. I pack up everything I own. I sell what I don't need. Just get rid of it. It's a hard thing to do when you come from a person. My dad was a scrap iron dealer. Our house looked like Sanford and Son when I was a kid. I had a trail to my room. He was also a federal firearms license, gun dealer. We'd have 60, 70 guns at the house at a time. We'd have all these cars and trucks and engines and kitchen. There's auto parts on the kitchen table, all that kind of stuff, right? And so it was an interesting childhood, and I'm easier. It's easier for me to let go of stuff. I can let go of things, and I know that's hard for some people. It's really hard for him. But in order to travel and play music, I can't be tied down to a bunch of stuff. And around the holidays, when you've let go of everything and you find yourself in a strange place, it can be a little tough. So I wrote this song called Holidays, and I found myself, I was in a band that was doing pretty well, and I had come back from Los Angeles. Christmas Day was the next day. This is Christmas Eve. I had nowhere to go. I had my van. I pulled up to a studio I had helped build at a friend's house. And I said, hey, man, I need a place to stay tonight. It's Christmas Eve, and, dude, I really got nowhere to go right now. And I was bouncing around places when I'd come back from Los Angeles. And, yeah, no problem. And so I slept in the studio floor. I stayed up that night, and I wrote this song because I had to see my mom the next day. And I didn't have anything to give her as a Christmas gift. So she's like, you need to write love songs, or you need to write happy songs. And well, it's kind of hard to do when, you're on an emotional roller coaster all the time. And so I wrote this song about the end of the year and just being in that position I was in and hoping one day I would find love. That one day I hope that I would find someone to fall in love with. So, love you, buddy. It's my friend Heath. He loves this song. This is called Holidays. So this was about the future misses that I hadn't met yet. Now, I auditioned this at America's Got Talent. And I made it all the way to the end at the cattle call. The producers from Britain love this one. But at the very end, a couple months later, the American producers called back and they said, hey, we want you to come back. But we want you to play some cover songs. So I went back and I played more originals. I never made it at the very end. But I'm not known for playing House of the Rising Sun, and I'm okay with that. So here's a little song called Holidays. Another year's gone and I have to say it was a long one, a cold one, baby, such a cold, cold one. Remember how I say I ain't afraid of walking. I walk away from everything, everything and everyone. I'm worn out hands and a yellow smile and some old skin. Seems to show my age, I'm not so young anymore. And on and on and on and on, I'll keep walking, yeah, walking. I've never seemed to know which way that I'm going, but I hope it'll lead me home. I'm hoping. And I never seem to know which way that I'm going, but I hope it'll lead me home to you. I'm hoping. I just keep on hoping. Leads me home to you. Well, now I'm hoping. Leads me home to you, darling, to you, but I don't know who you are. Well, another year's gone and I have to say it was a long one, a cold one, baby, such a cold, cold one. Remember how I say I ain't afraid of walking. I walked away from everything, everything and everyone. Worn out hands and a yellow smile and some old skin. Shows my age, I'm not so young anymore. On and on and on and on, I'll keep walking, yeah, walking. And I'll never seem to know which way that I'm going, but I hope it'll lead me home. I'm hoping. And I'll never seem to know which way that I'm going, but I hope it'll lead me home. I'm hoping. So I just keep on hoping. Leads me home. Well, man, I'm hoping. Leads me home, darling, to you, but I don't know who you are. And there's another year gone, and I have to say it was a long one. It was a cold one, baby, such a cold one. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Me and Mike were talking about new songs that we've written this year. It was a really good year for me. I usually, like I said, usually only write about 2 or 3 songs a year. And this year I wrote so many I can't remember the words to all of them. But this is a new song that I just finished a few weeks ago. And it's kind of a different song for me. It's the blues, and I don't normally write blues songs. I guess I'm a fairly good blues singer, but this song came about. Every morning I sit in my chair and play my guitar and drink a cup of coffee, and I was playing this melody. My wife says, "Man, that's such a hauntingly beautiful melody." I said, "Yeah, but I ain't got any words for it." And she gave me this look like, "Isn't that kind of your job?" I heard, "Isn't that your job, stupid?" But anyway, she didn't really say that. Anyway, this is a song called "Over You," and I hope I'll make it through it without forgetting the words. I tell everybody I know I'm over you. How do I convince myself? I wish that I knew. I put on a good face, but I'm dying inside. 'Cause it gets harder and harder, harder to hide. 'Cause I saw you downtown at our old bar and grill, and you were with my best friend. It's like a poison pill. You were holding his hand, laughing and having a good time, while I hung by a thread, half out of my mind. I'm a fool, I can't leave you behind, such a fool. You're always in the back of my mind. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. A good friend set me up with a girl perfect for me. She's beautiful and kind, all I hoped you would be. And she treats me like I'm the only man alive. And I should be thankful she's here in my life. But when I look in her eyes, you're all that I see. And my heart is in chains, and you hold the key. I should leave right now, stop this little charade. 'Cause I'm so afraid I'll hurt her if I chose to stay. I'm a fool, Can't leave you behind, such a fool. You're always in the back of my mind. I'm a fool. Can't leave you behind, such a fool. You're always in the back of my mind. I'm a fool. Thank you.
I love that. All right. This is a song that was a little bit of an exercise in songwriting, I guess, for me. I wanted to kind of switch up my perspective as I was writing. And so I wrote imagining that I was much older and sort of looking back on my life. And I feel like I had read a book or something where a woman was like doing the one who got away thing, you know? And so I feel like that's what prompted it. I don't know. It's been a while, but so this is a song looking back on a relationship fondly and not sadly for a change. One long hot summer night, a million stars, you and I were dancing to the music in our minds. One long, sweet, crooked smile with a cigarette hanging out the side, looking right at me, and I never felt so alive. We laughed all night at the fireflies, and you kissed me like we were gonna die. And I knew you were leaving me at sunrise, but I still listen to your records sometimes. One long, slow, bitter pull from the moonshine in the moonlight in your eyes. No, they never did leave mine. One long, sad, silent sigh. I was tongue-tied when I realized the ineffable goodbye. We laughed all night at the fireflies. You kissed me like we were gonna die. And I knew you were leaving me at sunrise. I still listen to your records sometimes. And that was a long, long time ago. A long, long time ago. Still you linger on my skin. Now I'm living in the land of might have been. One long, hot summer night, a million stars, you and I were dancing to the music in our minds. I still listen to your records sometimes. Thank you.
Nice. Okay, folks, last round. I know. It seems like we just got started. So, after that round, I kind of feel like there needs to be a happy song, but for those of you that know me, I have an old friend who came up to me once at a gig and said, "Mike Fuller, you are the only person I know who can make Christmas sad." So last year at the beginning of the pandemic, as we were seeing the numbers get worse and worse every day, and just the news getting worse and worse, we kept seeing all these pictures of the two Navy hospital ships, the Comfort and the Mercy. I had this piece of music for about 2 weeks. And one day, I saw this picture of the two ships, and I wrote this song. It's called Comfort and Mercy. Comfort in the east and mercy in the west, and millions of people stuck in between. Widespread indifference and reckless behavior. We can't let ignorance tear us down. So wash your hands and keep your distance. The writing's on the wall in every town. Comfort in the east and mercy in the west, and millions of people living in between. But hope is everywhere. It is allowed to be. Compassion and kindness for all to see. Community prevails through adversity with overwhelming generosity. Comfort in the east and mercy in the west, and millions of people surviving in between. Millions of people surviving in between. Thank you very much. Thank you.
I'll tell a short story. I promise this will be short. I have the gift of gab sometimes. My mother found this guitar. She was a housing appraiser after she was done kind of doing with her country music career. And she started appraising, got her appraiser's license and stuff. And she was at a old Victorian home in a city called Paso Robles. And there's lots of wineries out there and stuff. And there's this old Victoria home on a street called Vine Street. She's up in the attic and she's measuring this house that a person had just bought, and they're getting it reappraised. And lo and behold, in the corner of the attic was an old guitar case. And she hollered down at the gentleman, and he said, well, bring it down and let's take a look at it. And they opened it up, and it was this old 12-string, and it had 6 strings on it. And she said, my son's always wanted a 12-string. He said, well, now he's got one. So she came to my house, and she dropped us off. I was sitting in the living room. She just came in through the front door. I got you something today. I was like, what? So I ran the serial numbers, and it's made in the same factory as the hand-me-down that she gave me in Japan. And it's been a good old guitar for me. So I figured it deserved a song. And this song is called Music Box. And it's about a little music box that was found in an attic. And I draw. I love drawing. So I have this little book I draw in. It's about, and this little girl finds this music box up in the attic that her grandpa made. So if I ever make a video, it's about a music box, a little girl finding this up in the attic. When she opens it up, it sounds just like that. I know way for too very long. Then you came and found me, you opened me up. And I've been hiding away, way up above. You came and found me and opened me up. I've been hiding away for too very long. You came and found me, opened me up. The lady that loved me, see, she put me away. When she cleaned the house out late last spring, well, now the tears are gonna fill her heart. When she hears my song, gonna fall apart. Yeah, let them fall down, let them fall down like rain. Oh, let them know you're missing me. Lady that loves me away. When she cleaned the house out late last spring, now the tears are gonna fill her heart. When she hears my song, she's gonna fall apart. Yeah, let her fall down, let her fall down like rain. Oh, that lady knows she's missing me. Oh, these years that I was lost, they came and found me. of my heart, you set my soul. Lady in love, you see she put me away. When she cleaned the house out, lay last spray. Now the tears are gonna fill her heart. When she hears a song, gonna fall apart. To the music box.
Nice.
Hey,
Very nice.
about a little music box. Thank you.
I'm kind of going to go off of my little script here. So, yeah. We were talking about frequency of songwriting. I met this guy down at the Kerrville Folk Festival. His name's Steve Seskin.
Yeah.
Very successful songwriter.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think he's had like 8 #1 hit singles. But I was in a songwriting class that he was teaching, and he was bragging about writing. He had written at that time, this was like 20 years ago, he had written like 1,200 songs. And I never had the nerve to ask him because this guy's a millionaire from his songwriting. But I wanted to ask him, how many of those songs can you still play?
Right.
In my mind, I think I've probably written 400 or 500 songs, but I can only play about 40. And I wanted to ask him the same thing because I think if the truth were known, that would probably be the truth with him too.
Right. And before you get started, let me say something about Steve real quick. Great songwriter.
Oh, awesome.
And I've always admired him because he did it without having to move to Nashville.
Yeah, from California.
He would go to Nashville and write with people, and then he'd go back home. He said, "I'm not moving to Nashville. I'm not going to do it."
The guys he wrote with.
Exactly. Great writer.
Yeah. But the reason I led into that story is to make a short story long. This is probably the oldest song. I was going to do a different song, but this is probably the oldest song that I still perform. In 1984, shortly before my wife and I got married, my son at the time, some of you guys know my son, Rodney Branigan. He came up to me and he was, I think, 6 or 7. And he says, "Dad," he says, is it true that you can make a telephone out of tin cans and string? And I said, "Yeah, you can do that." And we did. But anyway, that words just kept fumbling through my mind. A friend of mine, Kelly Gasway, gave me the actual title of this song. He's another good songwriter. But this is called A Million Magic Things, and in 1985, I entered this song in the New Folk Kerrville, the Folk Festival Songwriters contest. I was accepted as a finalist. I didn't win, but it was like I was devastated, but later I found out that just getting accepted was a pretty cool thing. But anyway, this is called A Million Magic Things, and I hope you like it. I remember baseball in the park, hide and seek after dark, making telephones out of tin cans and string, and climbing on my daddy's knee, chopping down an old elm tree, and a million other magic crazy things, like catching ladybugs in a jar, wishing upon a star, crying when the ladybug flew away, getting ice cream from a truck, finding clovers just for luck, and picking dandelions for a Mother's Day bouquet. And those were the memories of my yesterdays. Got 'em cluttered with the worries of tomorrow. playing grown-up games. Nothing ever seemed the same until I looked through my little boy's eyes. Now we're playing baseball in the park, hide and seek after dark. We even made a telephone from cans and stream. And he's climbing on his daddy's knee. We chopped down an old elm tree and a million other magic crazy things. And those were the memories of my yesterdays. Got 'em cluttered with the worries of tomorrow. Playing grown-up games, nothing ever seemed the same until I looked through my little boy's eyes. Until I looked through my little boy's eyes. And we should all look through our children's eyes.
Thanks.
I love the dog singing backup.
Yes.
That was so cool. Thank you.
Last song.
All right. Well, actually, first, a quick note about Rodney. I was just at the right age. I don't think I was driving yet, but I was just old enough to have friends who did. And I just begged to stay out after curfew so that I could see him play at Dante's
Oh, cool.
on the weekends. Yeah. So that's what, gosh, I guess kind of late 90s, early.
Yeah, I was going to say that's been a while because he's lived in
Memory,
England now
yeah.
for 12 years or 13.
Yeah. So anyway. All right. Let's see if I'm still in tune here.
Well,
I'm gonna try to leave you guys with a little humor. I don't really. This song needs no explanation. I've been asked many times over the years who it was about, and the honest truth is, it's not about anybody. I was just in a mood. It's there really was no one person that it's about. You say you're over it, you're moving on. I'll give you a slow count of 10 to be gone. Try as you might, you never will find a love as good as mine. I knew you were trouble right from the start. I knew I was smart not to give you my heart. Save your apology, walk out the door. I don't even like you anymore. One of these days you're gonna say I was the one who got away. I'm the lucky one, soon you will see. You'll never do better than me. I recall picking you out of a crowd, smooth talking, long hair, laughing out loud. 10 whiskey drinks later, we ended up here. Well, next time I'm sticking to beer. One of these days you're gonna say I was the one who got away. I'm the lucky one, soon you will see. You'll never do better than me. And it was fun while it lasted, that much is true. Guess I was just too much woman for you. Thanks for the laughs and have a nice life. I'll be just fine. One of these days you're gonna say I was the one who got away. I'm the lucky one, soon you will see. You'll never do better, just try and do better. You will never do better than me.
Nice. That's Maggie, Burt, and
Thank
Rick
you.
Branigan, and Chad Land. My name is Mike Fuller. Thank you so much for coming
Thank you
out
all.
tonight. We appreciate it. Thank you to Nate and to Liz, and happy anniversary again. Thank you for the use of this beautiful, beautiful space. And thanks to Hillary, yes, because she put all this together, this whole series this summer. Hillary, I know you're here somewhere. Thank you. Thanks to Chawasabi and to HPPR, and thank you all for coming. Please drive safe going home. Good night. So this is a song that Christy and I wrote together. It's called Unrequited. You may think that you can stand your ground and keep my heart at bay. And I guess in some ways you have. But my heart has remained, my attachment the same as it was on the day I fell. As it was on the day I fell. You may win the war, but I will battle to the death for my right to be unrequited. You may have won the day, but in the end you will lose if you continue to push me away. Like you have so many times before. But my heart has remained, my attachment the same as it was on the day I fell. As it was on the day I fell. You may win the war, but I will battle to the death for my right to be unrequited. Be careful what you wish for, because you just might get it. And your quality of life would diminish without me in it. You may win the war, but I will battle to the death for my right to be unrequited. You may win the war, but I will battle to the death for my right to be unrequited. Na 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 na. Thank you. This is my wife, Christy Fuller.
Appreciate it.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
I'm smiling.
So I have a whole bunch of different kinds of music. You know, I play depending where I'm at, like what style I'm going to play. I just change it up wherever I go. And I play a lot of upbeat, harder stuff, you know. And but when it comes to the singer-songwriter stuff, I really don't get to play that. The songs I played tonight, I don't get to play these songs at the bars. Everybody's
Right.
talking. You guys are a great audience. I super appreciate you guys like hanging out and listening. It's like rare these days, you know, especially out where I'm from. I primarily played wineries, and it's rough out there. People are screaming at you to play Sweet Home Alabama and everything else. And
Do you have a list of songs that you won't play?
that's one of them. I won't not
Yeah.
play Sweet Home Alabama.
Is Hotel California on
And
your
I
list?
don't play the Hotel California. Yeah, so I
Stairway to
learned-
Heaven.
No, I don't play that one either. I know how to play it, but I don't do it. I always pick something else, a B-side. Well, in my younger drinking days, this is a song I wrote in my younger drinking days. Let's see what happens. This is a song called Broken Bottles. And I woke up and I didn't know where I was. Everything was kind of a blur, and I didn't remember names and stuff like that. So I sat back and I got this guitar, and I was like, I'm a little hungover today. I'm gonna write this song called Broken Bottles. There was a broken bottle right by my head when I was waking up. I go, I don't remember what happened, but it must have been a fun time for somebody. There's broken bottles all around my room. There's broken bottles all around my head. Now I don't remember what I did last night or said. Now I don't remember what I did last night or said. And baby, I don't remember what I did and said last night. Lately there seems to be the story of my life. And I know, oh, I know. Some little beauty is lying next to me. Some little beauty underneath the sheet. I don't know who you are, darling, but it's my time to leave. So don't turn on your light, just let me leave. And baby, oh, don't remember what I did or said last night. Lately there seems to be a story of my life. And I know what I know. Better off forgetting love that I live every day. Better off forgetting. I'm better off this way. Better off without it.
I've been living. There's broken bottles all around my room. There's broken bottles all around my head.
There's a rock and roll song. Thank you.
What effect was that you're using? It sounds awesome.
Slap back the leg.
It's awesome.
All right. Well, thank you very much. And thanks again for having me. I appreciate it.
One of the reasons I played that other song a while ago is this is one of my newer songs, and I was really worried about forgetting the words. But I guess everybody's here. This is one of my newest songs and one of the most contemporary songs I've written lately. This is called Siri Knows. Is there somewhere you want to go? Ask her, she's gonna know the closest distance between A and B. She knows construction zones where you should not drive alone. And all this advice, it ain't for free. Siri knows, Siri knows everything about you from your head down to your toes. Siri knows. Is there something you want to do? Maybe a cafe that's brand new. She's gonna know about it, that's for sure. Maybe that sushi bar or that new hand wash for your car. Just ask her, she's a real connoisseur. Siri knows, Siri knows everything about you, you head down to your toes. Siri knows, she knows everything about that family of yours, where you like to eat, and all of your favorite stores. They say she does not listen unless you ask her to. That's a damn lie. She knows everything we do. The things showing on my Facebook page, you know it puts me in a rage. Things I never posted, she knew anyway. She's been telling most everyone the perverted things I do for fun. She's a big brother come to life, best I can say. Siri knows, Siri knows everything about you, you head down to your toes. Siri knows, she knows everything about that family of yours, where you like to eat, and all of your favorite stores. They say she does not listen unless you ask her to. That's a damn lie. She knows everything. She knows everything we do. Siri knows. You know, I think old Siri and Alexa's been spying on me and you. they know everything we do. Thank you.
Good funny song.
Very good, very good. Oh, Lordy. Well, okay, y'all. I got one about drinking and one about dying. Which one you want?
Drinking. I'm getting too close to dying.
All right. No, that was a bit of an oversimplification, but so this is a this is a song that I wrote about how you can sort of be somebody can be the life of the party, but maybe realizing that that there might be quite a bit of pain under all of the fun. I know a girl, maybe you know her too. Got her seat at the bar and her good timing boots. She always laughs the loudest, she lights up the room. Comes out to play beneath that Texas moon. She knows how to use them, throws them out when she's through. The only one she ever gave a damn about was you. So she'll drink till she wants him, or at least till she don't care. She'll drink just to feel something. Tomorrow, you know she won't be there. You run all over town like she never meant a thing. It's easy to imagine how she turned out this way. Everybody knows it, and their whispers say the same. A broken-hearted woman, it's a shame, it's a shame. So she'll drink till she wants him, or at least till she don't care. She'll drink just to feel something. Tomorrow, you know, she'll drink till she wants him, or at least till she don't care. She'll drink just to feel something. Tomorrow, you know she won't be there. No, she won't, ain't it a shame? Oh. Thanks very much, you guys.
Thank you all for sticking around. One more time, Maggie, Burt, Rick Branigan, Chad Land. My name's Mike Fuller. Thanks again for sticking around. Please drive safe going home.